I relate to the urgency of like, this has just been bugging me for so long and I want to fix it now. And it feels like, since it's such a big problem, that there needs to be a big solution.
Yeah, it feels like there's like an immovable barrier, and I just want to bash through it
Yeah.
because it hasn't moved in so long.
Do you feel stuck and or behind?
I really thought that I would die maybe when I would be like 24 or 26. So for me, I literally had no time to fix anything slowly and needed to fix it now.
Can you tell us about that experience?
It's more of a drawn out thing where my grandma on my mom's side, she died young. So my mom, from that experience, also were convinced that she would die young. So she would
Hmm.
prepare me for her death, her young death. And so that also made me feel like if my mom's gonna die that young, I'll probably also die that young.
So what happened when you didn't die?
So that was 4 or 5 years ago now, and I'm still grappling with the fact that I'm alive still, and worse, I will be alive for quite a while, 60, 80 more years. I've been actually having this conversation with my mom as I share with her that I just realized that I have more to live, just more time. She is now, I think, in her 50s, and she also just started thinking about, because she thought she would die in her 40s. So she's going through the exact same thing as me right now, where she's like, oh no, I still have like at least 40 more years to go. So now we have to figure out what to do with that time that we didn't plan for.
I heavily relate to this. It was instilled in me that I was going to die very young. I've heard other people have this similar issue, and I think it's a very interesting problem. So I guess like, what's the point in living now?
I think so far for me, I've made a new list of things I want to do if I were to live another 60 years. Hopefully that will fill my time, but I don't know.
So I could foresee this conversation getting very existential. I actually imagine you are too because of what happened. So do you have something that you would like from this conversation?
I'm just happy sharing. I don't know where to go from there exactly because I don't currently have a problem with it that I can use your help with.
Hmm. Because the primary function of this group is to support and like be of use, I guess. I don't know if you getting to share some of your experiences. I assume it'll be helpful, but I don't know.
I think it would be useful in future sessions if I refer to something.
I'm just curious, like, what's your experience of life been?
It's pretty depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's been depressing about it?
Like growing up with that and like I have a whole set of other like traumas that it's just not fun to live, basically. Okay.
This is
The
hard.
general, yeah, like I'm imagining if my life is a painting, like the under layer is depressing, but then there are colors up top. So there are things I do enjoy in life. So it's not really a problem. It's just like that's a reality. That's my under painting, under layer of my painting. But I'm building nice stuff on top. I'm putting nice colors on it.
Can the depression layer be healed? Or is that just like an ever-present thing? Like, yeah, I'm also curious what that layer looks like, but
My conclusion so far is I have not lived long enough to know if it can be healed in a lifetime. but at the rate that it's been healing for me, it's a bit slow. It's very annoying, but I have more tools now to kind of have a sense that I have my way out if I really try hard. Like I have certain things I can try that maybe would work if I get too depressed. Instead of before, I didn't see a way out.
How sad are you now? Or depressed or hopeless or powerless? Or I'm not sure which flavor it is, but
Yeah, I would say not really, especially today. I'm very happy. I think it comes in waves, and it used to be longer waves, so like it would last like weeks on end. And now it lasts maybe like a day or two. The longest would be a week, and then I would get out of it, and it would be okay.
what are the themes of those days or weeks? Like, what do you think? What do you say? What do you feel?
I would get back to the default of like, I need to be useful because that's my only reason I have found to justify my living.
Interesting. So, survival indicates fear, but you're talking about depression, which is sadness.
Mm. So I think it's fear first, and then depression comes when I reflect on why I'm sad.
Hmm.
And yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just give you a couple paths, and then if you wanted to go in any of them, I would enjoy whatever path. So I'm cool exploring the anxiety or like how you learned you needed to survive. That's like the question there. The second one is I'm curious what you mean by depression. Like literally, what does it feel like? Are there like multiple emotions here? Is it just one? Those are the main two directions. The third one is just like bringing everyone else in the group because I think we're probably deep enough now where like everyone else can kind of start asking questions.
I am
Okay.
open to just asking questions because I feel like I don't know how to engage in this topic.
I was
That's
curious
completely valid.
how you're feeling hearing that.
I would say it feels, and it's totally like my feelings attached to me, and I feel like I need to address that just to be sure it's not taken personal because I think I could do that sometimes. So, to me personal, it feels uncomfortable because I worry that I'm not able to support or like engage. Um, so I guess I'm split between just not knowing how to react or what to do, emotionally wise, because logically I hear everything you say and it makes total sense. And I'm hearing for you, you want to share and just share your experiences. So there isn't really like any pressure for me to support or help. It's just being able to listen.
Tom?
I forgot what the question was.
How are you feeling
Oh,
hearing what I shared?
um, I don't feel much because we've talked about it before, so I feel like I'm hearing stuff I already like know, but maybe to well, it feels like we've explored it quite a bit in different ways, like outside this group.
Hmm.
So yeah, like it feels familiar.
Yeah, I feel like contrast to what Jake said about like what the point of the support group is to support somebody. But if that person doesn't need support, then it just feels like I'm just sharing, but there's no support needed.
Yeah. I think that's a very hard dynamic in groups. How do you balance the necessity of help? Like some people might be desperate for help and like really need it. Like I've definitely had group members where like this person's problems are more intense than other people's problems. And it's like how do you balance that in the group? I think that's a very hard thing. Ultimately, it depends on what you guys want.
Well, I feel like you gave Anne a bunch of options, like directions
Yeah.
we could go in. So I'm curious, like, is there does any of those resonate?
I'm thinking that it's not true that I don't need support on this. There is a certain level of
Yes,
acceptance of my situation.
I would label it
But
defeat, but
yes, correct. So now I'm thinking, what do I need support with? Like, ideally, if I don't accept the situation, how would I like this to change? I really want to heal this soon. I've been seeing other people live life they have a life that they find exciting to live. In like, if there's an apocalypse, I would still want to live, is where I would like to be in my head. Yeah. So I can talk about your question, like, how did I learn to survive? Hopefully, after you have more information, you can help me unlearn that. Uh,
sure, maybe. Who knows?
who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am
So
curious, like, what growing up was like.
it was hard and normal at the same time. So I'm Vietnamese. Growing up here, the culture is child abuse is a culture, and it's yeah, beating kids, like yelling at them, screaming, comparing them to animals. Very normal behaviors for adults here to talk to kids. And yeah, that's not just at home, but also at school, neighbors, family members, just strangers. Even in the language, it's baked in that if somebody
Jeez.
is older than you, even if just a year, you have to use a different pronoun to address them that implies respect. And so that also implies like whatever this person who's older than me says, I have to listen and obey. And we're rewarded for obedience. It's normal in that starting kindergarten, you are rated on how obedient you are, like week to week, month to month. And that's part of like your academic success, like how it's being determined is your marks on subjects and also your obedience.
This is quite the traumatizing culture. I've heard a lot of
Yeah.
cultures. This one's pretty traumatizing. Like, that's impressively traumatizing. Like, to reward someone for obedience and abuse to be like baked into the culture. Like, wow.
Hmm. I think it's extra depressing for me, and why I feel some sort of acceptance of this is I've tried voicing my thoughts on child abuse in Vietnam, and I get a lot of hate for it. It's very controversial. People
Yeah.
feel it makes sense that kids need to be beaten into discipline to listen.
Ugh.
So I'm
Yeah,
hoping
hmm.
it's not going to happen here.
I find discipline to be often used as a justification for my abuse. So you're undisciplined. That's why I'm abusing you. This is a you problem. If you just corrected your behavior, I wouldn't have to beat you.
And I would like to say I can assure it's not happening from my side. It's like illegal in my country, so I can promise you it wouldn't happen. Like I can't assure that other people behind closed doors, but I follow the rules and it's illegal in my country. Just to give you perspective.
So I feel decent amount hearing this. I'm curious. I know you've talked about it with Tom before, but I'm curious, like, just what you guys are feeling hearing this.
I feel
Do
quite
anyone want to
angry
ask
and
that?
also like protective.
I'm trying to get clarity on what I'm feeling. I think it's just an overwhelming sadness or an all-encompassing sadness. Like it's just like there's just a layer of like this isn't okay. And when I think about a person like becoming an adult and trying to heal it, it's like yeah, there's just so much sadness, so much yeah, really hurtful. Which I'm okay feeling those feelings. So you don't have to like panic.
So for me, there, like if I put myself in the situation, I would feel angered and scared, and I would think that I would go into a phone response, which I think is like the purpose of the situation. Hearing it, like hearing you share, makes me feel like I want to support you because it sounds like a hard and tough situation. So I am feeling angry on your behalf. Um, Also filled with sadness, like deep sadness for the experience. Like I want to give you a hug and just cry with you. I'm not sure how you feel about it, but that's what I'm feeling.
Finding it interesting how acceptance is actually not good sometimes. it's it did so I noticed that when I was telling you that I didn't feel anything, and after when you side with me, then that's when the feelings come. Um, and it's the feeling of like see, I was not like wrong for feeling anger or sadness about that situation.
Yeah. I think when violation is like such a common point in childhood, that emotion is incredibly difficult to cope with. And it almost has to become a fact that you do not have safety.
I'm finding
Yeah,
my
what
brain trying
you
to
go.
not make this about me, but also about other Vietnamese kids and like adults like me who've had that experience.
Interesting. You have a very like reliable part of yourself.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I understand that probably makes no sense. Like there's a part of you that you can really rely on for information.
Hmm. I understand it as I feel confident with the information I have.
Yeah, like I'd expect you to be more fractured.
Hmm. Yes, this is
But you
part
like
of that
yeah.
healing thing. I've learned to, when I had nothing, it's still very easy for other people to change my mind, to just gaslight me. I will change my mind. But part of when I started therapy and counseling, people wouldn't let me talk about anything other than how I'm feeling right now, what's happening in my mind, and people would like constantly validate that. Um, so it gives me the feeling that whatever happens in my brain that I'm telling you right now is okay.
Yeah, interesting. How I word that realization when I had it is all emotions are valid, and that is like an inherent truth, or all emotions are true. You cannot debate what I'm feeling. I am feeling hurt. The justification as to why it's hurt, that's a different thing. But I am feeling this. You cannot be like that just cannot be debated.
Yes. People will
Hmm.
try.
Yeah.
um, yeah. Yeah. I'm grateful for everyone who has added to that experience of like validating me to kind of tip the scale because before that, everybody debated me, made me feel like I was wrong for feeling that way. Um, I was thinking, I wouldn't be able to tell you this if we were speaking Vietnamese.
Hmm.
There's this layer of separation that gives me the safety of like, yeah, like I'm thinking people who understand the language we're speaking will mostly be on our side.
Yeah, I imagine healing for you is going to be incredibly terrifying.
Because,
A lot of bad things have happened, and it sounds like you've kind of to survive, they've kind of been like distanced.
can you reword that?
Sure. So this could also just be incorrect. I think there's like you could have a lot of memories that spawn a lot of hurt, but that hurt isn't really accessible. And that hurt becoming accessible, I imagine, is terrifying because there is a lot of it. It isn't just this one event, it's like a coding around your entire childhood. It's like this fact of reality that kind of doesn't really get felt.
Yes.
Hmm.
And no. As in, I, so part of like the like therapy and coaching is whenever I feel in my mind, I'm like you said, there's a lot of hurt that wasn't felt. So now I'm feeling it. But like every time I do it, I can do a little bit at a time. And with that amount of hurt, I'm gonna have to feel it for a very long time until I reach
Yes.
the end, all the feelings that weren't felt. That's why it felt like maybe it's not doable in my lifetime unless I
Yeah.
dedicate
Man.
like a few years just to cry.
Yeah. I think, well, this is an interpretation. If you do feel all of that, it puts the little safety that you have gained at risk.
You make statements that I just don't know. I think I need more information. You can't just make blanket statements like that.
What does your are you connected at all with your intuition? Sorry, that's another one. Oops.
Not following.
Yeah, I ask questions based on subtext, and if you don't just like get
Exactly.
the subtext, it's really hard to understand why I'm asking questions.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just show my hand. So to get my questions, there tends to be like a intuition component. Like what like an example is like, are you sad? And if you think about it, you might say no. But your like gut, your intuition says yes. Like your instinctive answer is yes.
Then
Does
the
that
answer
make any
is no.
sense?
I don't have good intuition.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think you do and you don't. Like you can trust yourself, but yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. I think because it's new, I only started having that you said like reliable part of me. Just maybe 3 years now. So I can notice when the intuition is like, hey, there's a thing. But I still have to consciously decide what to do with that. To like just go back to my defaults and ignore it or do something about it, which takes more energy.